Hey guys, what's going on? So tuning in, it's Jen 34. Hello, how you doing? Hope everyone is doing well. Peace and blessings to everyone. So right now, we are making some dinner. Guess what we're making for dinner? Chops. Oh yeah. Making some pork chops. Getting ready to season these puppies. Look at how big these puppies are. OMG. I went down to my local meat market. So we're going to season 5 of these puppies, and then we're going to prepare the rest of the meal. So right now we have the oil heating up for the pork chops, and we have this on. We're going to prepare some steamed broccoli right here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make some mash or some rice. Okay, so stay tuned. So I'm gonna season these pork chops. It's not such a good angle, but we're gonna work with it. Adobo. We have some oregano. We have some Italian season. We have some black pepper. Wash our hands. And then we're going to marinate and stir everything together. And then when we're done, we're going to add some Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard. Mix it again. I'm gonna take you guys over to the stove right now. Then we're gonna put the pork chops in, okay? So very carefully, we're gonna add very carefully. So right now we have the broccoli. I'm gonna put this one away so I can eat this one tomorrow. 1 second. into a bath water. So right now it's just in a bath water so we can rinse out the pesticides. You know, just in case. You always got to be really, really careful with your vegetables, your fruits and vegetables. So this is a nice cold bath water. Let me show you the next process. One second. The next process is the water is already boiling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, not too much. A little bit of black pepper. And a little bit of then I'm going to bring this back over here. And then I'm going to add all of my broccolis. Insert all of my broccolis inside the pot. Then we're going to cover this and let them steam. And as they're steaming, you guys can start smelling the broccoli. The smells and the nice flavor. The texture is real beautiful. We're going to add some extra butter onto this. Just gonna add it like right here on the top, and then we're gonna cover it with one of the tops. 1 second. So that's it, and the steam is gonna pop out through the small little holes. The water is going to rise. It's going to steam everything up. This top, it creates, you know, just pressure, and then the water, it just travels through here, the steam. So they're gonna taste really, really lovely. So I'm not sure. Mash or rice? Let me see how much mash I have. So these puppies are cooking right here. Let me turn them a little bit. Gonna cover that for a little while. I decided I'm gonna make some white rice and some sweet plantains. Okay, so we're gonna add some salt to our water, some oil, let that heat up. Let that heat up, and then we'll put the rice. So I have 2 sweet plantains here. We don't really need much. Chop them up. What I usually do with the skin, I put that inside my my garden. So we're gonna rinse those out. Let's get a bowl over here. Always remember to wash your vegetables, fruits and vegetables, always. Okay. When I was much younger, around like 12 years old, I went down to Florida to go visit my godmother, and she loves cooking. And she was making some sweet plantains with cheese. It tastes really, really good. Sweet plantain was very, very sweet, and she cooked the sweet plantains, and then she took packaged cheese and wrapped the cheese around the sweet plantain. It tastes really, really good. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to go in on it. It was so much fun. It tastes so good. Whenever I used to tell people that I used to do that, they used to look at me like I was a total weirdo. Even with the apples, I eat apple with peanut butter, celery with peanut butter, carrots with ranch. What else? I eat jelly with eggs. Yeah, so the only thing we need is the rice. So how many of you guys have your rice inside one of these containers? If you see, you go to any Latino's house, and you think these are cookies, no, no, no. Those are not cookies. It's rice. Yeah, so we're going to add, let's see. Four. I'm going to add 4. Every Latino has their rice inside one of these containers. So, ow, my hands. What we used to do with the rice when I was little, we used to cleanse the rice just like this, or leave it overnight, and all of the water of the rice, we used to take it and put it into a container, and take half of it, put it into a container. We used to use it as a toner, and then the other half we'll make it into a paste and like a mask. Mix it with the coconut oil, and a little bit of the aloe. We'll mix it into like a little blender, like one of those little chop blenders. Yeah, and then we put it inside a little jar, a little container, and put it inside the refrigerator. So we'll use the paste as a mask, and then the water as toner to cleanse our pores, our, you know, the how do you call that, you know, like when you have like under eye, the dark shadows, or like little black spots on your face. Sometimes a lot of women, when they going through stress, menopause, depending on their age, they it creates like craters and things like that. So this water right here has a lot of nutrients, you know, for your face, and you can use it as a bath water as well, and for your body as well, and for your hair. I'm not gonna use mine right now because I already have my paste and my water. I'll show you guys in a minute. Go. All right. The oil's in there. Okay, let's do the magic. Let's see if it stands up. Ah! Let's see if we have magic again. That's how you know it's just right. Straight Puerto Rican. Oh my god. Always keep the lid a little bit open, okay guys? Alright, so let's see how... Did I smell that? No, you don't. I'm so sorry. Juicy, yummy, yummy. And let's just lower down the flame on that because you guys know that broccoli cooks very, very fast. The sweet plantains look like they're cooking nicely. Let's check the pork chops real quick. Ooh, child. Hey. Okay, so we're gonna turn these right now, and just gotta be very, very careful because there's a lot of them. And just turn them slowly. When I'm inside the kitchen, I try my best not to waste no time because time is very precious to me because I have my two little ones in the living room, you know, so you always have to be cautious, you know, how much time you're spending in the kitchen. Let's turn these pork chops. So this is like my little holster right here where I put my tops. I learned that from Martha Stewart. I actually learned a lot from her as I was growing up. A lot of people started to call me Martha Stewart because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I love doing arts and craft. I love sports. So, hold up. 1 second. Okay. These are looking really, really nice and juicy. So let's put this cover back on. Let's make sure that this is open. Okay. I always like the little lid open. Okay. Alright. This is cooking. Let me see. You gotta have that on high for it to boil. This is gonna cook fast. This white rice is gonna cook fast. That's what's so good about it. I'm making white rice because we ate Chinese yesterday and it was yellow rice. Yeah. That's why I was kind of undecisive what I wanted to make. Alright guys, so I'm gonna come back to you guys, alright? Hey you guys, so while the food is getting cooked, I wanted to share a story with you guys. I hope you guys don't mind me sharing my story. I want to share a story. I shared it with someone on the YouTube channel. It's a new subscriber, and she said it on her channel. She was so nice, you know, and brave. And I said to myself, you know what, you know, this happened to me when I was at a young age, and you know, it's all over with. I'm 36 now. I'm older, so why not share it, you know? Probably there's someone out there that actually probably experienced the same thing as me, so I just wanted to, like, you know, put it out there, and you guys can comment. It's okay. So yeah, this is something personal. Yeah, so be nice. So when I was little, I was 8 years old. As I was growing up, I always thought that my mom was my mom and my dad raised me. And well, my dad was my dad. I thought my mom was my mom. And then I come to find out one day I went to the store. My mom sent me to the store, and she sent me to go buy some plantains, you know, the green plantains. Yeah, so I went to the store. Long story short, as I was coming out the store, I was 8 years old. As I was coming out the store was actually around the corner from my house, and as I was coming out the store, there was a woman coming across the street, and she came out and she said my nickname that my father calls me. So I got startled, and I just, like, I felt, how do you call that? You know how they say blood is thicker than water, blood calls? In Spanish, it's called la sangre llama. So I felt that, and you know, and my dad, he's very, very spiritual. Oh, I have something in my eye. Yeah, so my dad, he's very, very spiritual, and my dad is very spiritual person. So he engraved that into us. So we are, you know, we're like that. We were raised like that with candles, you know, coconut, sage, all of that. You name it, yes. So one thing led to another, that she called me by my nickname. And I was like, I looked at her. Mind you, I was 8 years old. I looked at her and I was like, I don't know you. She was like, you're my daughter. So as soon as she said that, I was like, you're crazy. So, you know, as soon as she said that, I thought that she was, you know, about to kidnap me. I ran as fast as I could run, and my heart was beating. I just ran, and I should have won a medal for that. Yeah, so very scary feeling. Ran to my house. I told my dad, hey, there's a woman behind me, running behind me. Long story short, ended up being that she was my mom. My world turned upside down. I started to find out little stories here and there. You know, that lady was my mom. She gave me up to adoption, and she she gave me up to adoption, and then she oh my god, one second, she gave me up for adoption, and then one thing led to another. My father ended up, he was in the army. My father was enrolled in the army. My father ended up coming out of the army, and he came to get all of us. And then right after all of that, I'm turning the plantings right now. Right after all of that, then he ended up starting to take care of us. And then he met this lady that I thought that was my mom. He had a child with her, which it was my sister. She's older. And then I ended up finding out that I met her. Well, she met me when I was 3 months. So she's been raising me with my father since I was 3 months. Long story short, I ended up, trying to gain a relationship with the lady. It never really happened like that because she disrespected me 3 times. Then she didn't want me to call her mom or anything like that. My actual stepmom that raised me, that I call mom, I asked her for permission. Should I call her mom? She said, of course, that's your biological mom. Out of respect towards your mom, you know how we raised you. We raised you to have a good heart. Call her mom. So when I asked the lady, hey, can I call your mom if I won't feel so awkward? And the lady gave me a disgusting look and she said, no, because I never raised you. And I was like, hey, I'm okay with that, but we can grow a bond. She didn't want to grow a bond. Long story short, she just wanted to use us for her benefits. And she kept on asking my stepmother for money. In the Bronx back in the days, a lot of people do a lot of drugs. She was one of them. My birth mother, she was a drug addict. So I had to come into realization. I felt very embarrassed when I was little to let anyone know that she was my mom and that she was a drug addict, a whore, and all of that. So I always said that to myself. I always said to myself, and I promised to myself and promised to my dad that I would never become a druggie, a drunkie, a pill popper, injector, any of that. Any of that stuff, even a club hopper, any of that stuff. I said, I told my dad, I was like, I promise to you that I would never become one of those women. And not that I was trying to become perfect or anything like that, but just the fact of knowing that I had a birth mother as a crackhead mom, because she was a crackhead, she was out there doing her stuff and smoking crack and injecting herself and doing all of that crazy nonsense stuff. Long story short, we never got along. I tried my best to, like I said, to bring her into my home, let her meet my kids, and yeah, we had similarities. Like, we listen to the same Spanish music. She loves the Taino stuff, and all of that. So we do have similarities. I actually, kind of, I guess, look like her. Long story short, rewinding all of it. I came back from Florida because I had moved to Florida. Came back from Florida. The devil likes playing games. So he moved me right next to, I didn't know that they lived there, but he moved me right. I don't really get along with my family like that. I am a family oriented person. And if it comes down to, if I was 6-7 years ago, I'm a very nice person, but now I just don't take no shit. So if it came down to 6-7 years ago or 8 years ago, I would have still sucked it up and took my family's BS. But now, not happening. It's a wrap. So the devil likes playing games. So guess what happens? So I came from Florida and moved into this new apartment here in the Bronx area. And I ended up calling my sister just to see how she was doing, see if I could see my nieces and nephews. And she goes, oh, where you are in the Bronx? And, she told me her street. I go to her neighborhood, and then she comes to tell me, oh, your birth mother lives up the block. So I had my sister and my birth mother 2.5 blocks away from me, and I had to see that lady every time I was walking my son to school. And can you believe this lady had like no heart? Like, she was so fucking cold. Like, I will walk my son to school and then walk back home, and she will pass by me because her clinic is up the block. You know where Junior passed away, the little young kid. Yeah, so that was her clinic, and she will pass right by me and not say nothing. Who does that? What mother does that? Yeah, she's real cold-hearted. So I just shrugged it off my shoulders, like, well, God knows who to place in your circle, in your surroundings. He knows exactly who belongs in your circle. Long story short, I ended up just forgetting about all of that. I'm not one of those people forgive and forget. I just swipe it off of me, like, whatever. I live my life, you live yours. So that's how it's been. And I wanted to share another story with you guys. Let's check on the food real quick while I share the story. So this is already done. That's already done. This is a quick meal, as you guys can see. And this is almost done. So my next story while we wait for the food. My hair is all over the place. When I was with my daughter's father, I'm a domestic violence survivor. See, now I can say that because it took me a very long time to take it into realization that it did not just happen to me. It happened to lots of other women as well. And I'm a survivor. I actually help other women as well with what they're going through. I just, don't say nothing because, it's something private. It's not something that you actually share with everyone, unless you're doing like a big community, entourage stuff. So I'm a domestic violence survivor. I was with him for 9.5 years, like 9.5 years. And he used to beat me, he used to mentally, physically abuse me, emotionally, distress, all of that. You name it, he did it. What really hit the ballpark was in my mom's house. When she was letting us stay there, we paid rent and, obviously brought food and stuff like that. I was much, much younger. And we were trying to, like, put some money away before I could move. He was doing drugs, and he ended up doing some sort of drug that made him hallucinate. It made him just go whack. Like, he came upstairs and he wasn't himself. I went to go plug the TV for my daughter, and one thing led to another. He ended up hitting me, and then I ended up just staying there. Like, I stood there and I was like, this man just finished hitting me. So I had this big giant cologne bottle. I don't know if you guys ever seen that big giant Nordica cologne bottle. It's a big, big one. So I looked behind me, I took the bottle, and I said, oh, you hit me? Okay, then since you touched me, I'm gonna touch you then. Tag team. So, I'm one of those people that you hit me, I'm gonna hit you. My father always said, it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man, hit that person back. Self-defend yourself. So I looked behind me, I saw the bottle. The first thing that grabbed was the bottle. I cracked the skull open from here all the way up to back here. I cracked his skull open. He had everything just blooded out. He ended up running away through the fire escape because my father came with a machete. And then when my father came with a machete, we ended up going after him. Yeah, Latinos, we're crazy. You mess with the family, or we all come after you. So yeah, so that ended up happening. And me as a person, like I said, I ended up giving in. I received my apartment and everything. And then after, I think 3 years, 4 years went down. No, 3 years. Or 2 years, 2 years. 2 years passed. I was inside my apartment and everything. And we were kind of communicating. One thing led to another. I tried to, I gave in, and I said to myself, okay, he's changing a little bit. Let's try, for the sake of the family, So it was working out for like a year and probably like 2-3 months until it happened again. He ended up doing drugs again, some sort of lace marijuana, and one thing led to another. What was it? Oh yeah, it happened so fast. I ended up telling my kids to go under the bunk bed. It was really, really scary. And I couldn't really talk about it because it was so scary. This time it was like more scary. So this time he blanked out, like he wasn't there. So physically he was there, but he himself, he wasn't there. So what was it? Yeah, so he wasn't there, and then we ended up fighting, and I was defending myself. He was defending himself. I mean, not defending himself, but he was doing what he was doing, and I was defending myself. And I told my kids, just hit under the table, the bed. Don't come out. Oh yeah, I had a pit bull as well, so I told them I didn't want the kids or the pit bull around him because he was in a rage that he was gonna kill all of us. Like, he said it. So what I did was, to defend myself, I ended up calling 911, and I left it on speaker, like I just left it on. So I was banging on the floor and everything for the neighbors to come up. They didn't want to come up. What else? Oh yeah, he saw that the hammer was on top of the stand because I was fixing something. So he took the hammer and he started hitting my knees. And this is where I'm coming to the story that I'm telling you, that I'm about to tell you. Life takes a turn, and you have to count your blessings for who you are and what you're grateful for today. Because I run marathons now. I'm running a marathon on Sunday. This Sunday, I'm running a 13 mile. I did a 15 already. I did a half, Staten Island, And for him to hit me on my knees over and over, one of my knees, well, both of them, they were both clicking and twirling. And I said to myself, last year, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to take this fear away, and I'm going to go and run and make my body stronger. And I'm going to praise to God and tell God, please help me. And I have faith in you that you're going to make me stronger. You're going to make me walk better and make me walk again. And I'm going to leave it up to you and leave it in your hands that you're going to purify me and make me who I was before, just stronger and with a stronger backbone. And this will never happen to me again. Never. And I would never let anyone do that to me again. And that's what he did. That's the beauty of my story and the journey that I took of becoming the woman that I am today. And my father making me into the woman that I am today. I am not my mom, my birth mother. I'm not my birth mother. I'm not a drug addict. I didn't get to finish school, but I'm still counting on going to school. So I still have faith in that. I have faith in everything, but I count my blessings every day. I want you guys to count your blessings every day as well. You know, today you could stroll and you know, to go park and see your mom and your dad and your kids, and then tomorrow you could wake up and go to work and you don't know if you're gonna come back, you know. And oh yeah, if you guys have questions, yes, this asshole paid the price. He went to jail for 6 months, and then jail from when he came out of jail, he had to do 6 years probation. And once he did 6-year probation, he met some bimbo, and then the bimbo ended up marrying him, having his kid, some Italian girl. Ended up having his kid, paying for all of his stuff, and then he went and did it to her. Can you believe that? Did it to her, and then she ended up, you know how they say payback's a mother. Whatchamacallit, she was in the military, so she ended up doing somebody in the military, a sergeant or somebody like that. And she got married to him, had a kid with him, and kicked my baby father to the curb, her baby father as well, to the curb. And yeah, payback's a mother. So, and yeah, my daughter has no connection with him. You know, it's sad. It's a really sad story because my daughter wants to have a connection with him, but his mindset is not all up there. So thank you for letting me share my story with you. It was really hard for me. Those are 2 stories that were really hard for me to share. Like, yeah, it was really hard because those are 2 heartbreaking tragedies that I had to. Oh, you guys. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. I'm gonna feed the kids their food, and I'm probably gonna film another video. What's that? Dollar Tree haul. Yeah, a Dollar Tree haul. I went to Planet Fitness today, and I signed myself up for to have an instructor. And yeah, so stay tuned for some Planet Fitness videos. I'm going to be streaming some workout videos. I'm trying to see if I can do some sponsorship. That's how you say that. Some sponsoring with either New Balance Fitness or the Nike Fitness. I contacted them to try to see if I can wear their clothing while I'm doing my fitness and stuff like that, and for they can sponsor me. But I don't know, let's see what happens. So peace, love, and blessings to you guys. Thank you for tuning in and watching Jan 34. I love you guys. Stay blessed, be kind to one another, and see you guys soon. Okay.
Hey Ezekiel, can we see more Captain Tate?
It's on new YouTube.
Let's see more Captain Tate. No, YouTube is back. No, not all the way back. It's right there.
Go through at such a young age, and for these 2 individuals to take advantage of me. They took my childhood away from me and took my confidence and that I had within myself away from me, my happiness. Like, I always used to smile. I do now because, you know, I learned to grow and progress and stuff like that. But yeah, so thank you. I really appreciate you guys, letting me share my story with you guys, and stuff. I know I'm holding this camera too close. But let's check on the food. Enough with the stories, okay?